to Shawn 1113, which is Shawn 1113 Sports Show. As I said last week, I'm going to do the American football prediction of the National Football League, but also the Premier League football. It's starting again sooner than I thought. So I'm very excited about these two. But I'm going to go to the Premier League football, and then I'm going to go to the American football version of the NFL. Week 1 predictions 2020 either way. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And from the U.S., South Africa, Germany, Ireland, and the UK, and many other places, and with many other podcast companies and stuff, to wherever you may be listening, basically to this podcast. So thank you so much for that. So with that, let's get to the Premier League predictions. Now, I'm going to assume, well, first of all, Lionel Messi going back to Barcelona was kind of a surprise, but it's probably not surprising. He probably didn't want to go to the Premier League at this point of his career. Maybe at the end of his career, maybe Major League Soccer or Premier League. But Barcelona has him back for at least one more year on that. With that, Premier League football, I'm very excited about it. The prohibitive favorites are going to be Liverpool. Man City, my Manchester City will be right up there. Also keep your eye on Chelsea, Sheffield United, Leicester City. If I'm getting pronounced, let me know. Manchester United, Arsenal, probably the sleeper team is Arsenal with their new manager. Also, don't count out Tottenham Hotspur, Wolverhampton or the Wolves. And it's going to be a very competitive league this year, and I expect that to be no less that. But Liverpool will be the prohibitive favorite coming in this coming Saturday, the 12th of September. So I'm looking forward to it. Now, the American football side of it. Predicting that. I've been doing that for years, mainly on YouTube, and now I'm expanding that to the podcast version of my podcast. So with that, week 1 of the 2020-21 NFL football season. Here are the picks. Here we go. Houston and Kansas City on the 10th of September. I'm going to pick Kansas City to beat Houston. Don't be surprised with the high scoring game there. Philadelphia against Washington. I'm going to pick Philadelphia. Miami to New England. As a Miami fan, I'm going to pick Miami. Even if with New England has a good defense, I'll pick Miami. Because you can count on Miami to do one or two things, split with New England for the most part. Green Bay and Minnesota. I'm going to pick Green Bay in a close one. I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota won that game, even if Green Bay's on the road at Minnesota. I'm going to pick Green Bay there. Chicago and Detroit. I'm going to pick Chicago. Las Vegas and Carolina. I'm going to pick Las Vegas. New York Jets and Buffalo. I'm going to pick Buffalo. Los Angeles Chargers and Cincinnati. I'm going to pick the Chargers. Indianapolis and Jacksonville. I'm going to pick Indianapolis. Seattle and Atlanta. It can go either way. I'm going to pick Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle won that game, but I'm going to pick Atlanta to beat Seattle. Cleveland and Baltimore. I'm going to pick Baltimore. Tampa Bay and New Orleans. Probably the game of the day in the afternoon, on Sunday afternoon here in the U.S. I'm going to pick New Orleans over Tampa Bay. Wouldn't be shocking if Tampa Bay won that game under Tom Brady at center and Leonard Fournette being the new running back. Wouldn't be surprising if Tampa Bay won that game. But I'm going to pick New Orleans. And keep in mind there was no preseason this year as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these teams fare from week 1 and then from there on down. Sunday night, Arizona and San Francisco. I'm going to pick San Francisco. Dallas and the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to pick Dallas. Then on Monday night, probably the easiest game of the week to pick, Pittsburgh and the New York Giants. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh there. And then Tennessee and Denver. I'm going to pick Denver at home. Even though I'm picking Tennessee to win the AFC South. I'm not going to sleep on Denver. It's a team you won't sleep on the AFC. But I'm going to pick Denver here to beat Tennessee at night in a Mile High. With that, that's all the NFL predictions for Week 1 and the Premier League predictions for that. And by the way, as a note, Novak Djokovic being disqualified for the U.S. Open. Wow. He probably deserves it. I'm sure it wasn't intentional that when they hit the one of the officials. But I can see why they disqualified. I thought it was harsh at first, but now when I look at it, the more I look at it, the more I realize he deserved it. And boy, he was the heavy favorite coming in. How do you, with no Nadal and no Federer, how do you blow? I'm just wondering, how do you blow at major? It's an unbelievable way to blow a major when you were the heavy favorite to win the U.S. Open tennis title. I don't even know what else to say about that. NBA and NHL going on, continues to go on, and MLB as well. With that, nothing else to say about sports right now. Everything looks like it's going in full gear, even with no fans at the moment. At some point, we're going to have fans, and I'm sure it's going to be more lively and all that stuff. So with that, I'm just glad we have live sports in a way, to be honest with you. But with that, that is the Shawn Lemon 13 Sports Show, episode 8 or 9. But I'll put it on there and see if we can get the correct one this time. With that, thank you so much for listening.